You gotta really come correct. Hey, mom, I'm moving out. I found a place. This is where I'm living. I'm living with this, that, and the third, or I'm living by myself. I think this is really gonna be great. You can come see it if you want. I'm always gonna come visit. I'm not gonna leave you forever. You gotta really lay it out. Because as soon as you say mapkite kala, they are going to cut you out. What up, everybody? I am saying the wrong intro and I don't understand why. Hello, bonsoir. I'm the Mademoiselle and this is my second channel, and today we are going to be answering one of the questions that you guys ask me all of the time, and that is, how do you move out of your Haitian household? Okay, so I moved out when I was 23, I believe. I am now 25. I just turned 25 January 5th, so a month ago. I've been moved out for almost 2 years. I believe June will make it 2 years since I have officially moved out of my parents' house, okay? Now, before we get into all of this, I have to let you guys understand why Haitian kids in particular stay in their parents' house longer than the average adult. So in our culture, it is customary for the child to stay in their parents' house until they are married, okay? No ands, ifs, or buts. There are some special cases to that, you know, but realistically speaking, especially if you're a girl, you might be in your parents' house till you're like 30, okay? However long it takes to get married. That's why a lot of times you will see Haitian parents pushing their kids to get married because they want them to get the hell out. They don't believe that it's really okay or normal for you to just be out and live on your own, especially if you're a female. They feel like something can happen to you. You won't be able to take care of yourself by yourself. Very dangerous. And they also don't believe in boyfriends and girlfriends moving in together, okay? That's what you call plaçage. And that brings us to our Creole word of the day, which is plaçage. Plaçage is basically when you live in the same household with your significant other without being married, okay? They always say, okay, so if you go and you move out and you move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, they're going to be very upset because they're going to be like, oh, why vivons plaçage? Not only for religious purposes is this bad, it's also frowned upon because, you know, they don't believe in that whole shacking up with your significant other bullshit. No matter how old you are, they believe you should be married. If you're not, then you live at your parents' house. That's it. Worst case scenario, you live by yourself, but you don't live with the person that you are dating before you are married. That's like a cardinal sin in a Haitian household, religious or not. I'm not religious and I don't believe in shacking up, okay? I have my own apartment. My boyfriend lives where he lives, and that's that. I don't believe in this whole living with one another bullshit because I personally feel like it's one of those situations where, God forbid, some bullshit happens. Now you can easily kick that person out. Okay, now only one of y'all is on the lease and one of y'all got the upper hand. Now it's like there's no real commitment to make y'all stay together. And I understand a lot of people are like, oh, well, you can still be married and kicked out. That's not the point. Okay, those of you who actually know the importance of marriage and actually care for it and actually understand where I'm coming from will understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. That's just my personal opinion. I don't believe in it either, and I'm not even religious, okay? I moved out because of a lot of different reasons. I did not move in with no boyfriend or girlfriend, contrary to popular belief. If you follow me on my other channel, you would know that I had a lot of family issues as far as my parents sitting there not paying bills, people moving into the house, eating all the food, strangers being in my house, all types of crazy shit. And I'm not even done telling those stories. There's way more after that. So it's one of those situations where I moved out for my peace of mind. It was really messing with my mental health. Now, when most Haitian kids would have an issue of, oh, their parents are so strict, oh, their parents are abusive. My parents were not strict. They were not abusive. It had nothing to do with them. It was more so the environment. I lived near Jefferson Park like for my whole entire life, and I was just tired of it. I even hate visiting because it's like these people like to fuck around and sit on my car. Like these little young bulls I don't know be sitting on my car. They be out in front doing the moles. Niggas be out here fighting all the damn time because it was just too much, and it's just like I don't want to fucking live here. Like as soon as I got out of college, I was like I really don't want to be here. But I went back home for like a year and then I moved out after. I didn't want to be in that environment. Then my cousin moved in. He eats all the damn food. I would never get any food. Even if I would buy my own groceries or make my own food, they would eat it. It was just a hot mess. Like I was just like I can't, like I don't eat a lot. So for me to say I'm hungry, it's serious, okay? That means there's no food. To the point where I was like, I had to leave. And if I didn't leave, I was going to kill someone. And I'm not joking. I was going to kill someone. So that's why I moved out. But there's lots of reasons that would make you want to move out as a Haitian individual, okay? As a Haitian child. Because there's a lot of things that happen in our households that really warrant a move out. But a lot of us are terrified. I'm going to tell y'all how I did it. And I'm going to tell y'all some tips that y'all could do. I told my parents that I was going to school, which was not a lie. I did go to school. I did go to college. I did get my master's, okay? I finished Bloomfield College, moved in for a year, took a break, and then went to Full Sail University, did it online full time. At the time when I enrolled into school, my parents happened to not pay the electricity bill, so I had no electricity. So I was like, how the hell am I going to do school online with no electricity and no internet? I could have easily just went to the library, struggled and all that, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. It was to the point where like I was at my ends rope and I was like, I'm not about to sit here and subject myself to this nonsense. I think that before I keep on talking, it is instrumental to mention that I was paying bills in my parents' house. However, they were not holding up their end of the bargain by paying their portion of the bills. So like the electricity got up to like $3,000, the gas got up to like $2,000, and it's like I have no problem paying bills, but I have a huge problem paying debt. Like I don't think it's my responsibility for me or anyone else to pay what you should have paid, especially when you did not ask for help. Like they would literally just blatantly not pay anything and not say anything, and things would get cut off. And I was just like, I'm not about to drop $5,000 to $6,000 on all of these things that you guys blatantly didn't take care of. And then it's crazy because I ended up paying the gas bill anyway in the end, so it's whatever. I'm moving the hell out. So I told my parents I'm moving out due to school. I didn't say particularly I'm living on campus, but I guess that's how they associated it, okay? So yes, I kind of lied. Now they know that I live in a whole apartment, but at the time I had to say what I could to get out of there. And not only that, it was one of those things where my parents were not mentally stable. Like my dad had went missing, my mom was talking about self-harm. It was really bad. So I was like, I'm not about to just sit there and be like, fuck y'all, I'm out. So I felt like to soften the blow, the best way to tell them was I'm moving out due to school purposes. And it worked out. I did. I got my master's. You know, it didn't work out that way. If you are planning to move out, you could do what I did and really do move due to school. Like, it's not like I just said I was going to school and then dropped out or never went to school and said I was going to school. You can move when you're 18, try to find a campus to live on, blase, and then when you graduate college, try to transition into an apartment, because then it will soften the blow because you are already outside of the house. Now, I know there's a lot of Haitians that probably can't do this because their parents would not sign off on their papers. This happened to a lot of my friends. And in that case, you probably have absolutely no choice but to wait for the time when you can't sign your papers. Because if your birthday falls after September and your parents are being assholes, you're going to have to wait anyway. So wait till you're 18. You can sign off on your papers, go where you need to go, do what you got to do. And that's probably the easiest way to leave, okay? They'll probably be upset, but if they truly love you and care about you, they will get over it. The next thing I would say is, say if you're not in school, okay? These are for the people that are not in school, don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, just want to leave. Make sure you have a backup plan. Don't just say, oh, I'm leaving because I hate y'all and go sleep on somebody's couch. Don't say, oh, I'm leaving and I'm still going to work at McDonald's, 7-Eleven, at the mall with no money and da-da-da-da. If you're going to move out, you need to make sure that your parents and you yourself know that you are financially stable to move out. Because they're going to throw everything at you when you try to say you're moving out. Especially if you're one of those kids that don't cook and you don't clean. You know, you don't know how to make food. You don't know how to wash your ass. You don't know how to do anything by yourself. They're going to come at you, bro. Like, when I'm telling you they're going to come at you, like, it's going to be serious. They're going to find every rebuttal they can to get you from not moving out. So if you are going to move out, make sure you have your shit together and make sure you have a place actually lined up. Make sure you're not just sitting there couch surfing, because not only is it embarrassing for them when people come over their house and they're like, oh, where's this kid? It's one of those things where it's a peace of mind find insecurity. They don't want to know that you're out here in the streets sleeping on people's couches. They don't want to know that you out here not stable, can't find a job, can't eat, can't take care of yourself, and they let you leave the house. Even though it was your choice, they feel like it's their fault because it's like now you're not doing well and they let you not do well. They let you go out and do what you wanted to do, and now you're suffering. That's really more so what it is. They don't want to feel like they failed you as a parent, even though it was your decision to move out. For those of you who do want to move in with a boyfriend or girlfriend, like I said, that's a cardinal sin. That's probably absolutely one of the worst things you can do, okay? It's really not. But if you are going to do it, I kid you not, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Make sure that this is someone you're going to be with long term. Make sure this is not some nigga you met on Tinder last week and now y'all in love and the dick is great or the pussy's great and now y'all wanna move in. Make sure it's not just somebody that already has a bad track record with your family already don't like them, because it's going to be a hot mess. That's something they're probably not going to get over, okay? If you sit there, you go move in with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and then y'all don't work out, and if you gotta go back, they're gonna give you hell. They might let you back in. I haven't seen that happen yet, but they're gonna give you hell. And you just don't want to hear a Haitian parent's mouth when you legit wrong. Okay, when you wrong, that Haitian tongue cut deep. Not only is it embarrassing to go back home when you fail, it's embarrassing to not listen to something that they tell you for your whole life, and then it happens to you, and then you gotta move back home. So if you're trying to move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, please make sure it's a stable boyfriend or girlfriend. And this goes for everyone, Haitian or not. Do not go moving in with people after a couple months, even after a year, okay? I would say after 2, 3, 4, 5, then maybe. But after a year, that's still not enough. Unless it's one of those things where it's like financial or it's like you have to. Like, I personally don't believe in moving in with boyfriends and girlfriends, but God forbid if my boyfriend was like homeless or if he had like a very serious issue, I would definitely let him move in with me on an emergency type basis. But in a general sense, if he was to sit there and be like, babe, can we move in together? I'd be like, I'm sorry, where's my ring? Like, the fuck? Like, that's just me. So I feel like if you are gonna tell your parents that, oh yeah, I'm moving in with my boyfriend or girlfriend, you gotta make sure that it's a real boyfriend or girlfriend, even though they're still gonna be upset, but they'll be more secure in knowing that, okay, well, they're starting a life together. The only time I've ever seen a person successfully move out of their house without being married is if they had a kid. And that makes sense because it's like you and your kid need a space of your own. You don't want to be up under your parents when you have a kid. That's the only time I've ever seen Haitian parents like really let that slide. Well, other than that, yeah, it never goes too well. It never does. Make sure that if you are going to lie about moving out, that you have somewhere to show or some way to keep up this lie when your parents try to come to your house. My parents never went to my first apartment. They never been to my dorms in college, and they never been to this apartment. They've asked, but it's just one of those things that never happens because they're always working or I'm not around, blase, blase. Make sure that if you're gonna lie and be like, oh, I'm moving out by myself or I'm moving out to school, that you have something to show, because I know there's a lot of Haitian parents out there, they're nosy as shit. They wanna know where you live, who you living in, all that shit. So I don't know how you're gonna do it. You wanna lie, make sure you could keep up the lie. Make sure you can keep up the lie. Now we're going, so now that I went over the scenario, so you know, having a kid, moving with your boyfriend or girlfriend, moving out just because, moving out due to school, I covered all of those. Now it's time to tell them, all right? So when you're going to tell your parents that you're moving out, you gotta make sure they're in a good mood. And I'm not talking about a good mood for today. I'm talking about like a consistent good mood. Like they've been in a good mood for the past month type shit. Because this is about to really make them upset. They're not about to handle this too well. So you gotta make sure like you get them when they're already in a good mood, so that if they curse you out, it's not as hard as if they were already in a horrible mood, okay? So you gotta go to them. You have to be straight and direct. Do not beat around the bush, because it's gonna make it worse. Don't be like, Mommy.
Oui, ça voulait.
M'yon bagay pou m'di.
Ça voulait la, dis-moi.
So, m'wal kite kay lan, je non kay pou m'viv. Too much time! Because at that point, they got hella shit. She pregnant, he got somebody pregnant, he killed somebody, he robbed somebody, someone gonna come say some shit to me. Like, they got so many things running through their head. Okay, you just gotta go with it. Okay, you just gotta cut them off before they could say anything. You gotta really come correct. Hey, Mom, I'm moving out. I found a place. This is where I'm living. I'm living with this, that, and the third, or I'm living by myself. I think this is really going to be great. You can come see it if you want. I'm always going to come visit. I'm not going to leave you forever. You got to really lay it out. Because as soon as you say, they are going to cut you up. Like, I'm telling you, they're going to cut you up. Okay, so you got to make sure you have your nice little like intro to the motherfucking paragraph, because it's gonna be really, really hard after that. So just make sure you come correct, you know what you're doing, to make sure it's not a spontaneous decision. Make sure it's something that you really, really thought about. Make sure that if you're gonna do something that you know they're not going to approve of, that you just give it to them and don't let them say anything. Even though after you're done saying what you're saying, they're probably still gonna come at you and be like, blase, like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Blah, 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 blah. Like, if they come at you like that or whatever, you already said what you had to say. That's the thing. When you come at them and you already have your little dissertation, there's nothing for them to say, even though they're going to find something to say. But there's nothing for you to say at this point. There's nothing for you to say. You don't have to go back and forth. Okay, you could continue to sit there and repeat yourself, but you could just, at this point, just sit in silence and be like, okay, I understand, but I'm out. They might beat the shit out of you. They might call all of Haiti and tell them what the hell you're doing, but you gotta go. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. I know it can be very, very like scary to tell your mom or your dad or whatever the case may be, like, hey, I'm leaving. And it might hurt them. It might make them very, very angry. But at the end of the day, it's your life and you need to do what is important for you. You cannot sit there and just keep living for other people and living to other people's standards and making other people make you feel bad about the decisions that you feel are good for yourself, okay? If that is the decision that is right for you, do it. Do not let anyone intimidate you or scare you into doing or not doing what you truly want to do. That's it for this video. Comment down below. Have you moved out of your parents' house? Do you want to move out of your parents' house? How did you move out of your parents' house? How did it go? All of that, I would love to know down in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.